Hey viewers, hey subscribers, and welcome back to my channel, Aquarian vs. Tarot. Happy Saturday, you guys. We are back at it. So I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes to hop in. I'll be in here for an hour. So anybody wanting to hop into my live stream, let's go. If you would like a reading this morning, please make sure that you send your donation via Cash App, Super Chat, or PayPal. Right, and then drop a green heart down in the chat box below so that the moderators know to add you to the list, okay? So, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to hop into the live stream. I just posted in my stories on Instagram that I had to charge the iPad because, y'all, this is the story of my life. The iPad dies when I need it to do right, so here we go. Sending y'all so much love and protection today. Ooh, somebody might be feeling stressed out. That was one of the cards that just flew out. So until y'all hop in here, I'm going to be pulling some collective messages from Spirit and see what Spirit wants the collective to know for this week coming up. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, where is my lighter? I always have a lighter. All right. All right, y'all. Please don't forget to do your prayers, protection, sage your home today. Today is all about keeping the energy around you very clean and clear, clearing out any negativity, any evil eye that may be trying to surround you in some type of way. Aggressive behavior, jealous behavior, any of that type of stuff, like, you don't need it. If there's people you need to block in your phone, block them. Please block them. You deserve to have peace in your life. All right. So let's get into overall energy. Woo. Okay, y'all. Hang on a little minute. Hang on a little minute, y'all. Y'all. Okay. All right. All right, Holy Spirit, Divine Source, please show me the messages for the collective today. Today is 10/15/2022, y'all. This year has flown by. It really has flown by. All right, so let's get into it. Spirit, what are the messages for the collective today? Ooh, we got talking behind your back. Ooh, like I said, do your protection rituals today, because you never know who secretly is hating on you, who secretly is jealous of the fact that you're being successful in life, or who secretly just pretends to show up for you, but they're really not capable of showing up for you in reality. You know what? Okay. We got talking behind your back. So there could be somebody, I feel like this could be like a relative of some sort that maybe you recently had a falling out with. And when I say recently, it could have been last year, could have been in the last 6 months. But this person they pretend to like you in your face, but say things about you behind your back. We have, baby, I'm my own boss. Some of you guys could be business owners, entrepreneurs, managers in some type of like supervising position at where you work, handling your business on your own, super independent. We have second chance. Okay, so here's another storyline as well with talking behind your back. Baby, I'm my own boss and second chance. So some of you guys, and I've been picking up the energy of somebody that you used to know. Somebody may want another chance with you. There may have been somebody who talked mess behind your back, and they may want to come back around. It could be a friend. Like I said, it could be a relative. It could be anybody that you've had close ties to. But this person sees that you're very successful, and so it's like now they regret the things that they said about you, so they want to come back around. Because they see that you're unbothered. One of the best things you can do is be detached and unbothered by what somebody else is thinking about you or their opinion. So we have fake flexing. Yeah, because this person, they're not their own boss. This person will pretend. With fake flexing, this person pretends a lot, whoever this person is. All right. Move this deck out of my way for space purposes. So I'm just giving everybody a hot minute to hop in. All right, y'all. Let's see. Hang on, y'all. I'm trying to get it together. Okay. I had to move a few decks out of my way so I had space to do what I needed to do. Okay. There we go. Now I got real space. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. Playing games. Yes. Whoever this person was, I feel like whoever this person is that is currently talking mess about you, or they don't really like you per se, or they're jealous of you and you know who they are. This person is very manipulative. They play mind games. Like I said, they pretend. They pretend to like you. They pretend that they have so much going on in their life and they're so successful. I feel like you don't really deal with this person, whoever this is. They may come back around trying to talk to you, trying to strike up a conversation, trying to see, you know, like, I wonder if she still wants to be friends, like that type of thing. You know what I mean? Be mindful of this individual. I don't like it. I'm just telling y'all, I don't like it. Because I feel sneaky vibes. Like, it says playing games. I feel manipulative energy. I feel sneaky games with this person. This person, I feel like they kind of like, they feel like they're in competition with you for some weird reason. And like I said, you're unbothered. Like, you're minding your own business. You're your own boss. You have your own things popping. You got your own stuff to worry about. You're not even concerned. But this person obviously is comparing themselves to you or to your lifestyle. We have big ego. Big ego. Yeah. This person may have a big ego. This person may only reach out to you, especially if it's like a friend, an ex-friend, or something like that. This person only reaches out to you when they want to talk about all of their accomplishments and how well they're doing in life. Remember the fake flexing. They want to brag to you so they can go back and tell other people your business or that type of energy, and it's just not even necessary. Oops. Hang on. Okay. We have, like, seriously, WTF. Like, seriously, this person needs an ego boost. Because I feel like whoever this person is, they're highly insecure. Like, deep down, they're highly insecure. So they feed off of drama. They feed off of knowing what you've got going on. They feed off of competition because it boosts their ego. That's why we have big ego here, whoever this is. If it's an ex, if it's a friend, if it resonates with you, leave a comment, let me know. Okay? These are just collective messages. Oops. Okay. Hang on. They gave me too many. All right. Ooh, hustling. Okay. So I feel like this is y'all's energy right now. Y'all are hustling. Y'all are on the grind. Y'all are taking care of your business, taking care of the things that you need to take care of, while this person is out here just playing games, doing what they do. We have challenging. No, I'm sorry. Chillaxing. Good vibes. Yeah, y'all are minding your own business. We have faithful. You guys are committed to your own growth. I feel like with this faithful card here, you guys are committed to your own success. You're living your best life with chillaxing and good vibes, hustling. You're concerned about your financial stability and just living your best life because you're your own boss. That's really the best way to be. Like, the best revenge, because a lot of people always ask that question, you know, during tarot readings, like, oh, well, you know, this person did me like this, or they treated me like this, like, will they get their karma? They're gonna get, the thing about energy in the universe is like, Whatever you dish out to people, it's going to come back to you, whether that's good energy or negative energy. So people have to, and it happens on God's time, not our time, because just because you think that this person should be living miserably and all this other stuff, karma can hit in different ways. Okay, doesn't mean that this person is gonna have a car accident, which heaven forbid. I would hope nobody would wish that on anybody. But when people say karma, it's like, I want this person to suffer in some type of way. Karma is a balance, right? You get what you put out. That's the, if you research the word karma, that's what it means. It's about balance, restoring balance. So if this person, let's just say that this person, whoever this is that talks shit about behind your back, they always have to have a big ego boost. This person is out here fake flexing, manipulating people, playing mind games and this type of thing, gaslighting and all this type of stuff. They're going to eventually experience the same type of energetic shift that they gave you, right? Because maybe they start off love bombing you or acting like, oh yeah, we're besties, let's go out, we hang out every weekend, I'll call you every day, text you every day, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they switch it up. So their karma for them could be encountering another person that's just like them. So now they're having that mirrored back to them. That's their karma. Their karma could also simply be missing out on the blessings that once you remove them from your life or you remove yourself from their life and you elevate, they're missing out on the blessings that they could have had by being friends with you or by being in a relationship with you. Do you see what I'm saying? Because karma is not always like this instant horrible situation that happens to people. It's balance, and the universe knows it. Remember, time is an illusion, and time in the spiritual world is not the same as time here in the physical world. It's really, time is not real. It's not a tangible thing. It's something that mankind developed and put together and said, oh, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. Like, they came up with that. So just keep that in mind. And some people won't experience full karma in this lifetime anyway. Some people will experience it in their next lifetime. So just keep it in mind. All right, y'all. Twin flame. So if this is an ex, this person is somebody that was sent in your life to teach you some type of lesson. Yeah. We got cloudy. Yeah. This person was very wishy-washy in their energy. Even if it was a friend, this person, even if this was an ex-best friend or somebody that you used to deal with or hang out with, this person came in to teach you a lesson. The relationship between you two was very cloudy. It was very, you never really knew how this person was going to be. It could be up, it could be down, it could be sideways, whatever the case may be. We got acting so childish. Yes, this person was very immature, whoever this person is. Or is very immature. Like I said, they're going and talking behind your back instead of coming to your face if they want to know something and asking you about it, or they have a concern. We've got step by step. Step by step. You got to where you are step by step, and they don't know what it took to achieve your success. That's why it's never a good idea to try to compare your life to somebody else's. We've all come from different backgrounds. So where you may have been on your own since you were 18, 19, 20. Somebody else may not have been afforded that same, you don't know how they grew up. You don't know what situations they were in. To say, oh, well, I'm this age and I'm so successful here, doesn't mean that somebody else's life is going to compare to yours. And you shouldn't compare your life to somebody else. Also, to assume that just because somebody appears to be very successful or they have a lot of money that, I don't know why she has all of that, or I'm pretty sure that didn't take much, or he did this, or this person did that for her, or just assumptions that people really don't know. People don't see the backstory behind your success. And you don't owe them an explanation either. Don't feel like you owe somebody an explanation. You grown. Like how you achieve your success and how you do the things that you do, has nothing to do with anybody else but you. You don't owe people an explanation. Okay. So we got step by step. We have love scenes. Yes. Love scenes. I feel like this person, if this was a romantic situation, this person may have caused a lot of trauma for you. This person may have hurt you on an emotional level. And so when you left that situation, you just started focusing more on yourself and being committed to your own goals and success. And this is why you're successful, baby. Baby, I'm my own boss. So you're successful now because you let go of someone who has a huge ass ego. The person plays games. The person talks behind your back. They'll lie to everybody else, acting as though that they really don't like you, but then in your face, they're going to pretend like they do. Like, seriously, WTF, like the card says. All this person cares about, I feel like, is money, hustling. Some people get with people for status or for clout. It's not really for the sake of love, per se. It's just so that they appear to be around someone who's very successful. It's not cute. It's giving very much leech energy. Like, this person wants to be attached to you because you're successful or you're doing the work that you need to do to get where you need to be. Like I said, step by step. You know, you're working on your career. You're climbing up in your career. You're advancing in your life, and this person wanted to be there to be a part of it, to see what they can get out of you. Doesn't work that way. And we gotta celebrate. So Spirit says celebrate your wins, celebrate your successes, because you should be proud of yourself from where you started to where you are now, right? And then walking away from a situation that wasn't beneficial for you. This person, though, whoever this person is that's lingering in your energy and they're talking about you to other people or making indirect posts at you on social media, this person wants a second chance. They know they played games. They know they played themselves thinking that they were playing you, and they're going to reach out to you in some type of way. It's up to you, though. It's up to you what you want to do. All right? It's up to you what you want to do. So let's get some money messages. Let's get some money messages for the upcoming week for the collective. So those were general closing messages. So only take what resonates with you and leave what does not. All right? I don't know. I was hearing that song by Drake, Started from the Bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay. All right, y'all. All right, so let's pull a few finance and career messages for the collective this morning. I'm going to use 2 different decks for this. If you like finance and career messages, this is for you. This is for you, okay? So get your money, honey. All right. It says law of attraction and manifest. Yes. Put yourself in a vibration and an energy to attract and receive what it is that you desire. I'm telling you, it works. Certain little things really, really work. And affirmations are one of the biggest things that actually really work. And consistency. Being consistent with your affirmations. Being consistent with your... If you do money work, like ritual work, like in hoodoo and spiritual practices, like there's certain things that you can do to help draw in money, right? A green candle with certain things, right? Certain herbs, certain prayers. If you do it, be consistent with it. I will say that for sure. If you do a prosperity bowl, put it in a certain area of your home because that brings in the energy of abundance. It's called feng shui, okay? And it works. It works. All right. Luck is on your side. So some of you guys are very, very blessed, or you're about to be. Things are about to start really looking up for you financially. We have bad investments. Be aware of what you invest in, because some things are just not worth the money, the time, or the energy, right? You gotta like kind of weigh out the pros and cons if you're looking to invest in a particular thing. What would be your investment? What is your return on that investment? That's the word I'm looking for. What is your return on that investment? If you're looking to invest in stocks and bonds and things of that nature, you want to do your research. You want to talk to people who have experience. If you're wanting to start a new business, how much is the startup cost going to be? Website fees, taxes, all that stuff. You have to do your research, right? LLC, all of that. Are there any licenses or certifications that you have to have? Those are things to really research, because every state is different. It says avoid money schemes. Avoid, like I said, do your research. Because sometimes people, like, let's say that you want to get into debt collection. debt consolidation. That's the word. I'm sorry. And you really need to do your research so that you're not getting with a company who is fraudulent, who is not accredited, who does not actually have reviews. You see what I'm saying? They don't even have a Google listing. They don't even have a website listed. There's no real person you can contact. Do your research so that you don't get caught up in money schemes. Also, if you're a fellow light worker, energy worker, hey boo, be careful of people who try to take advantage of you. Like, they will slide in your DMs and they'll be like, I'm interested in a reading. And then they start telling you all of this information. And if you're a legitimate reader, like I myself am, you have a website, you have a way to be reached, or you have a way to be contacted. This person decides to start telling you all of their business, all of their whole life story, and expecting you to respond in DMs. Don't do it. I'm telling you, this is just from my experience. This is just advice. I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I'm saying if you want to avoid a money scheme, keep your business as a business. Don't let people play with you, because they will. And then they'll be like, and you tell the person, what you charge for your readings. And then this person is like, oh, well, never mind. But you've already given them basically a reading through DMs. You've already guided them. You see what I'm saying? You've already given them guidance and coaching through your DMs, instead of having that person go to your legitimate website and book a session with you, book a consultation with you. So you just provided a free consultation for someone who was looking to scam you. They were looking to scam you, or they're looking to get their money back after you've already provided a service for them. Beware, because I had learned this a year ago through experience. Like, you provided a service for the person, they lie and pretend to be one person or somebody else, and then they ask you for the money back. You're not getting shit back from me. Okay? Make sure you cover your own self and your business. Make sure you have clauses. Make sure you have disclosures. I actually had a couple days ago where somebody reached out to me. She is from STL, which is 2.5 hours away from me. I know, because I have family that way, St. Louis, Missouri. And she was saying that she wanted to book a tarot reader for a party that she has coming up towards the end of October. And I'm like, that's fine, but I need a deposit up front for that. I'm not going to travel 2.5 hours away on a weekend when I only have one day off, which is Saturday, to go sit for 4 hours to do tarot readings for people who may or may not show up. And because I don't know this person, you know what my thing was? I'm going to do a contract. So save yourself some time and energy. If you are an entrepreneur or you're aspiring to own a business, make sure you have legal documentation of what people agree to, because people are real quick to say, oh no, I never said this, or they're real quick to ask for a refund, or they're real quick to ask for their money back. When you have policies clearly in place, like if you run an Etsy shop or you have a website, like, you need to have your disclaimers and your policies right there, so that there's no ambiguity, there's nothing that's unclear. It's very clear and cut. So protect yourself, okay? Avoid money schemes. Oops. Hang on, y'all, because that just flew out. All right. We also have that job is trash. Move on. Somebody needed to hear it. I don't know who needed to hear it, but whoever needs to hear it, Spirit said that job is trash. Move on. So if you've been feeling like the job is trash, Spirit is just giving confirmation. It's time to move along. If you're not, I actually just interviewed with a man just the other day. He came into my office. For those of you who don't know, I'm an employment specialist, and I assist with job placement. I assist people every day with job placement. I've been doing that for 6 years. So he was telling me, he's an older man, and he was telling me, he was like, I hate the job that I'm at. And I'm like my heart, because I was like, I would really hate to be in a position where I'm doing something that I literally hate doing every single day. And he's like, I just hate it. I was like, is there anything in particular that you hate about it? He was just like, I hate everything about it. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm definitely going to do my due diligence to work on something that would be a better fit for you, schedule wise. Like I said, he's an older man. He has family. He wants to be able to go home. He doesn't want to have to be at work all day. Like, we go to work because it's always a constant rat race here in the West, in the United States. People are always, hustle and bustle. I got to have a job. I got to have money. Money is not everything. Okay. I'm just going to put that on the table. I know people going to feel some type of way because, it's always get that bag, get the money. Money is not everything. It's not. Because when you die, you're not taking the money with you. Yes, you will leave behind money for your loved ones, but money is not everything. The relationships that you have with people, missing out on your children growing up, not being able to be involved in every stage of life with them, that is important. Jobs come and go, money comes and goes. So your relationships and your connections with people, your interactions with people, and even in business, in the professional world, it's about networking. People that you know, who you do business with. It's very much like networking. You know people. You have relationships with people. You have business relationships with people. Oh, so-and-so owns this company and his son runs this company and they're looking for employees to work on this construction site. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about interacting with people. Very much people at the core of everything that we do as human beings. It's the relationships that we have. So people, when they think about manifesting abundance or money or prosperity, they only think of the cash. But you don't get to the cash if you don't have a connection with someone else, right? You have to have a connection with a job, right? That you go to work to and you deal with whatever you do. Even if you work, you don't deal with people all day. Even if you work on an assembly line or you build houses, you still have a connection with another person to go and build a house. Who are you building that house for? A family, right? Who are you packaging those diapers for? Someone's child who needs that. You see what I'm saying? So it's the relationships that we have with people. And that's where a lot of times I think people get so caught up because they're like, oh, I just need the money and I need to work 60, 70 hours a week. And then before you know it, you're 30, 40, 50 years old and you've missed out on your entire life and the lives of your children because you've spent so much time focusing on how much money you have. Food for thought. Yes. Is money necessary? Absolutely. But it's not everything. We have toxic work environment. Toxic work environment. If this resonates with you, Spirit says you need to move around. You need to evaluate, is it worth staying there? Like I said, money is not everything. So just because they pay you well, is the environment conducive to growth? Are you constantly coming home and then pushing that stress onto your family because it's not a good fit for you? Think about it. Spirit says just think about it. If your work environment is toxic, for some of y'all, they're not even paying you enough and you stick around. You stick around because you feel like you have to, like you won't find anything better. And that in and of itself is a negative mindset. You have to tell yourself that there's always better. There's always something available to me. Okay, boo, I got you. Let's see. There's always something better. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's a relationship. There's always something better. Trust and believe it. Trust and believe it. All right, I'm sending the other one. Because I really think that's why a lot of people end up settling. Okay. I just sent it, love. Spirit says move in silence. Move in silence. Yes, this is really, really big. You don't have to tell everybody your plans. You do not have to tell everybody your plans. You can tell a very few, like a handful. I would say maybe 1 to 2 people that you're really close to if you want to. And even that is iffy, but move in silence. A lot of times we block our own blessings by sharing way too much information with way too many people. Everything does not have to be announced. It doesn't. Some stuff you just keep privately, you move around. You don't need to throw out there at work, oh, I'm tired of this place, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go look at... And then you wonder why you get fired the next day when you hadn't even had anything lined up because you were doing this. right? It's important to move in silence. Or you're talking about a big opportunity that's coming towards you, and somebody else hears that and they're like, oh well, let me see how I can get close to her, because I see that she has this ability and she's able to do this and do that, like I was just talking about. For some people, it's a status thing. They want to make sure that they can get in on what you have to offer. Be aware of running your mouth, because it can you end up writing checks that you cannot cash. And let's see, burned out. Take a small break. Some of y'all are experiencing burnout at your jobs, at work. Like Spirit says, you need to take, like I said, all this working 60 hours a week, 55 hours a week, 48 hours a week. You don't have to do that every single week. Yes, we know you want to get overtime. I get it. But there's a time and a place to do it. Maybe a few weeks before the holiday starts, that might be a good idea. But right now, if you're feeling burnt out and you're constantly working 12-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, back-to-back, rotating shifts, it's time for you to take a little break. Your hard work is paying off. Spirit wants to remind you that if you've been working on a financial goal, you've been trying to pay some things down, you've been trying to pay some things off, little by little by little, you're chipping away at it and it's getting taken care of. So don't feel bad, all right? It's working. It's working. We have leadership, not meant to take orders from no one. So some of y'all actually, you don't mesh well in the workplace environment because you're not meant to be under other people. You're meant to run your own business. You've been working for other people way too long, and Spirit's saying it's time for you to run your own, okay? Sign that damn contract. Some of you guys are dragging your feet, and you know who you are on signing a contract that can actually get you to where you want to be. Go ahead and accept that job offer, especially if you don't have anything to lose. There's no losses. It's only a win-win situation. And we have give back. Definitely, this is one of the biggest and most powerful ways to receive abundance, to manifest more blessings into your life. I promise y'all, I did this experiment some months ago. When you really just give to people and help people from a genuine place of care and concern, it comes back to you. I promise you, it comes back to you. When you do for other people without any type of attached expectations to it, you get blessings in the end. So Spirit says give back. And however you give back, for some people that could be tithing to their church or religious organization. Some people donate to other places, to charities, to people in need, all of that. Like, give back. Spirit says give back. They tip your nail tech, tip your lash tech, tip the person who does your pedicure. Like, give back to people, because when you give back to people, it shows that you care. It shows that you care. We're all people at the end of the day. We want to be appreciated and we want to feel valued. So when you give back, it shows people that you care. And when you show care and concern is shown back to you in one shape, form, or another. Somebody could put in a good word for you for a job that you're looking for, because you did a small act of kindness. That person, good things spread just like bad things spread. You want to leave people with a good taste in their mouth when they talk about you. Same thing with relationships. Hey, Toria, how are you, love? Same thing with relationships. Just because you and somebody didn't work out doesn't mean that you have to be at beef with the person. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that you have to talk trash about the person because things didn't work out between you two. Right? Now, it's a different situation if the person treats you like shit. That's a whole different story. But you don't have to be at odds with someone, right? Because it didn't work out. Because it all comes back to you. Everything that we put out, it comes back to you. Okay. So those are collective money messages. Toria Love, thank you for your donation. You can go ahead and drop your question, love. I am doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm only doing live streams on Saturday morning, so that'll be the only time people can catch me. Outside of that, they will need to book on my website because I'm a busy woman. So, yep, I got wealthy woman here on the bottom here. Good morning, TJ. Rich bitch hustler provider. Yeah, some of y'all are definitely the wealthy woman. So also know your worth, because I got this here on the bottom of the deck. Wealthy woman, and that wealth and health should be your two main priorities. Wealth and health. And when I say wealth and health, money flow, but also money saved, right? That savings account, same as a checking account. And then also wealth in the sense that you have you're abundant. You're abundant in every aspect of life. Like your health is good, your mindset is good, your spiritual beliefs, you're good with your practices and things of that nature. You have a connection to the source. So wealth and health should be the two main priorities. But also being a wealthy woman is like you're wise, you have knowledge, you have things to share, you have you're resourceful. You know what I mean? So know your worth, because not everybody deserves access to you as well, right? Not everybody deserves access to you. So keep that in mind. All right. Like I said, be aware of the leeches. It's getting cold, and some people are out here on these dating apps and sites looking for a place to stay. They're living at home with their mama. They're living at home with an auntie, or whatever the case may be. Thank you, Divine Boo. Okay. Usually when you're seeing angel numbers like that, there's a pattern. Usually when you see angel numbers like that, it's a pattern. It is a pattern. They're trying to reach out to you, to communicate to you. And a lot of times if they're reaching out to you like that, which I've been seeing them this week too. Like last night I screenshotted 11:11. I don't know why, but I was just laying on the couch. I looked at my phone and it was 11:11. So I was like, what are y'all saying? So certain numbers like 444, that's abundance, that's manifestation. 11:11, abundance, manifestation. Also dreams coming true, desires coming true. So that is also another message that they're trying to reach out to you and give you. Like, you are surrounded by love, you are surrounded by blessings, you have the power to manifest whatever it is that you desire to manifest. Yes, you have that ability. Also, it's about protection as well, because I believe 555 is indicative of changes. There are certain changes that you had to go through in your life. 777 is completion. There's certain things that you've completed. Good morning, Aisha Love. How are you, boo? There's certain lessons that you've learned in this life experience, and Spirit is just reminding you, don't repeat this. Listen, don't repeat that. Don't have to repeat that lesson, because if you didn't get it the first time, you might have to repeat it again. They love giving reminders. That's always a reminder. But also that those other numbers, like I said, 11:11, 10:10, 7:7, those are all like abundance numbers. But they also want to remind you that you're protected. I believe 888 is a protection. It's protection. It's also reconciliation. So if you've made amends with God, you've asked for forgiveness of certain things that you've done, because none of us are perfect, right? And you try to get yourself back in alignment. Your spirit guides, who are your ancestors, they are aware of that too. And they want to let you know that they're here to assist you along the way on the journey. Right? Yeah, they want to let you know that they're here to assist you along the way on the journey. They're not going to interfere with our lessons here on this physical plane, but they are going to try to do their due diligence to protect you from anything that is not a part of your soul's journey. Because sometimes we have to, just like children, we have to get our fingers burnt. We have to learn certain lessons the hard way because we're hard-headed. But also those other numbers, like I said, 444, 11:11, like those are abundance numbers. Right. And also it's confirmation. It's confirmation that you're on the right path as well. Whew, girl. Yeah, nursing is not easy. It's not easy. So reach out, get tutoring, get assistance. Yeah, get assistance, get tutoring. My mom is an LPN. She took her classes that normally would take 5 years, they condensed the course into, I think it was 1 year. So or 2 years. It took 2 years, and it was extensive study. My mom is very intelligent, but she said that was the most intense program educationally that she had ever been through. But she graduated and she has her license. My mom is a certified LPN. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of dedication. So do not give up, because it is well worth it. It opens the doors for other financial blessings and opportunities for you as well. And because you're a part of that program, there may also be other programs that can assist in paying off student debt and all that type of stuff as well. So you got it, girl. There's assistance available. Reach out. Reach out. You know the resources that are part of your program. Reach out to those people if you have questions, because it can be done. You just have to be disciplined. One thing you have to do is be disciplined. You have to be extremely disciplined. You will not have time for any type of distractions in this nursing program. I'm telling you right now. My mom did not have time for anything outside of her studies and outside of doing her the assessments and things of that nature. The tests and things, you really got to know your stuff, because you're dealing with people's lives. So make sure that you get the assistance that you need. Ask the questions that you need to ask, but stay disciplined, stay focused, don't get distracted. Don't don't talk to nobody. If you're not in a relationship, don't get one. Nothing. Stay on your course, because the end result is going to be worth it. The end result of you sticking to your class is going to be worth it. Yes, it's going to be worth it. It's not easy. It's not for a weak-minded person. It's not for anybody who's faint of heart. Let me tell you something. I'm going to share this with y'all. I know my mama don't care. Her class that she started originally had 75 students. You know, by the time that my mom walked across the stage to get her certification, there were only 25 people left. So out of 75 people, 50 of those people dropped out of the class within just a matter of like 3 months. Within a matter of 3 months, like I told you, I think the course was like 2 years. Within a matter of 3 months, over half of that had dropped out of the class. At the end of graduation period, only 25 people had graduated that class. That's how intense the studying program was. The instructors told people, don't allow, if you got children, this is going to be very hard for you. If you've got men in your life, because men are a distraction, I don't care what anybody has to tell me, men are a distraction. It's going to be hard. Leave them alone. Move them aside, because they're going to distract you from your goal. They're going to distract you from where you're trying to be. Don't let anybody distract you. You got to focus 100% on that class and being successful and graduating from that class. Nothing, nobody, nothing. So you're blessed. You have an advantage. Because the people who had kids, they had to try to find babysitters. They had to try to have family help, because they had to get the homework done. And you have to know what you're doing, especially in the medical field. When you are in the medical field, you are dealing with people's lives. Great, he should. He shouldn't. If he doesn't, let him go. Because this is your career at the end of the day. This is your life. And whether or not he sticks around, you're always going to have your certification. You're always going to have your license. So continue doing what you're doing. Hopefully he's a good man, and hopefully he understands. Yes, people's lives are in the balance. You can give somebody the wrong medication. You can administer the wrong shots. You can do the wrong things to somebody, and that's their life. Yes. He can entertain. If he needs to be entertained, he needs to move around. You don't have time to entertain a grown man. No. That's it. Men come and go. Men come and go. But you have a career, a solid career in something. Don't flop that. Don't flop it. Do not flop it. Anybody else wanting a reading this morning, please send your donation to the links below, and then drop a green heart so I can get into your question. Yeah, focus on your career, Toria. Don't let anyone or anything distract you. He will be fine, or he'll figure it out. He'll be fine, or he'll figure it out. That is it. That is all. you're trying to do something to better yourself, and that's important. That's extremely important. Otherwise, you'll end up being in a situation to where you're constantly hopping from job to job because you're unsatisfied. You don't have credentials, you don't have a license, you don't have a certification. Education goes very far in the employment and professional world. So if you're certified in a particular skill set, or you have experience and knowledge of something in a particular skill set, or you have a license or degree in something, you're more than likely to get called for a particular position than people who are just floating by. Not that there's anything wrong with just floating by, but a lot of times that gets frustrating, and as you get older, you don't have the time to just float by in jobs or hop from here to hop to there to hop to there. No. You need to have a stable, steady career, a stable, steady source of income, and good income, if you want to live comfortably, if you want to take care of children, if you want to live nicely. You know what I'm saying? So if he doesn't have a certification or he doesn't have a degree, he better leave you alone. He better leave you alone. And that's on period, Pooh. Because who's paying bills? At the end of the day, who's paying bills? I love to see it, though. I love to see it. I actually have to take some continuing education courses for what I do as an employment specialist, because every year we have continuing education classes, so that we can stay up to par with our certifications. I'm certified for inside sales. I'm certified for office coordination and all those types of things. So you have to do what you have to do to get to where you want to be. People who really love you and care about you will understand that. It's just like going through college. College is typically 2 to 4 years, depending on what you're going for, an associate's or bachelor's, or 6 if it's a master's. I mean, when you're there, you have either they're gonna support you or not. Yes, focus on the classes and stay disciplined. Stay disciplined. I'm going to relate your class to working out, right? If you want, just like a person who wants to lose weight or they want to get muscle tone, then just don't deal with them. While you're in school, do not deal with them. Do not communicate with them, because they're only going to distract you. If it's a distraction, leave it alone. It's like, if you want to lose the weight, you have to be consistent in your routine. You have to be consistent with what you're eating, your diet, right? You have to minimize the amount of calories that you're taking, but you still have to eat because you want calories to burn. But you have to be consistent with the workout routine. You have to be consistent with the diet. You have to be disciplined. Even though you want the cheeseburger, that's not the healthy option. So you've got to try something different. You've got to eat the salad. It's discipline. It's just discipline, right? You want the soda, but you need the water, right? But you also need electrolytes. So you got to have that too, right? You may not like the taste of it, but the end result is you finally can lose the weight. You get the muscle mass that you want, the toning and everything else. So same thing with your class. Stick to it. You got to do the study. You got to take the classes. You got to pass the classes in order to get the grade to get the license. So that's where we're going. We're getting the license. Telling Toria every day, we're going to get this license. We're going to get this license. Regardless of who stays, who comes, who goes, I'm getting the license, right? Because that's the end goal. And then as you get one license, you can go up. You can go up. You can continue to go up. Nothing can stop you. You all the way up. That's it. Just keep going up and up and up and up. So you're on the ladder. You're on a successful ladder. Don't fall off. Don't let anybody knock you off. Stay there. I'm so glad that you brought this up, because I've been wanting to talk about this. Like, people, a lot of people, especially when it comes to relationships, people get so frustrated. Stop dating. Stop dating. I know. I'm the villain, but I usually am. So you feel a lot better. You feel a lot better. You have a lot less stress, and you can actually focus on the things you need to focus on. when you're not dealing with other people. They're not in your energy and you're not in theirs, and they can move along to do whatever they want to do to be entertained, right? They can do just. But definitely sending you my prayers, sending you my love. I am rooting for you. I am rooting for you. So please make sure you come back in here next Saturday and let me know how your classes are going, because I'm definitely rooting for you. Reach out to your instructors. Reach out to them and let them know, hey, I need help. I'm struggling. Let them know. You're most welcome, love. Was there anybody else that wanted a reading this morning that I did not get to? Aisha, love, did you want a reading this morning? Or do you want a personal? And I've been telling people this. I don't know how many people are in my live stream, but listen, I'm available. I am available for personal readings. Of course, I do them on my time because, like I said, I'm very busy. I work and I work out. I work out and then I go see my family. And then I come home. So I'm tired. I'm busy. But I'm always available for my clients. If you book a session with me on my website, which my moderators have listed down in the comment section in the chat below, if you book a reading, I'm available. Book it. All right? Don't forget to add your questions at checkout in the comments box. Okay? When you check out on my website, there's a little box that pops up and it allows you to put your questions inside of there. That's how you use that particular little box, right? For those who want to pay through Cash App, because I only take PayPal, period. If you want to use Cash App, it's not on my website, but you can book the session and then send your Cash App to my Cash App handle, which is down here. It's down here. And if you don't know it, you can ask me. Like, DM me, email me something. If you follow me on Instagram, you know where I'm at. Same hashtag, according to Empress Tarot. So, I'm available during the week, but I work on weekends. Every weekend. So, if you want to reach me, you know how to reach me. If you don't see me posting, it's because I'm working. That's the thing. That's the thing. And I work, and I work, and I work. So, stay focused, y'all. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. You got this. And I love it because I have accountability partners. I do, y'all, because I started working out. I go to the gym after work. So I love it. I have accountability partners and they are holding me accountable. And I love it because I'm staying focused. I'm staying focused and I'm staying disciplined because I have a goal. And when you have a goal, you want to remove anything that's going to distract you from that goal. Then once it kind of becomes like a routine for you. So it's like you're not even thinking about, oh, well, maybe I could go do this or go do that. And then you get aggravated when you have to break up your routine a little bit because it throws you off. So stay disciplined. Stay focused on your goals. If you have a goal, get it. You got it. All right? So sending y'all love today. Sending y'all so much love today. Don't forget to do your protection work as well. All right? It is Saturn day, and today is a day for banishing. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Like it's a day for banishing. So anything, evil eye, okay? All that. Sage the house. Burn the frankincense. Wear the cedar oil. The pine oil. Okay? They're all great tools for protection. Burn the oregano. Put it on. For me personally, I use oregano essential oil. But I also have a protection oil. So I put them to I anoint my hands and my feet. That's just me. There's no textbook answer. Just do it your way. But do your protection work, because I'm telling you, there's always people in the back. There's always things trying to block your blessings. There's always people trying to distract you, and spirits in the spiritual realm that are lower level entities and energies that want to distract you from your goal. Don't let it do it. Don't let them do it to you. Don't let them do it to you. And the spirits come through people. A lot of times people have attachments. If you hear that term, attachments, it's because a lot of people do have demonic entities attached to them. And sometimes you cannot see it immediately. So you have to be very, very alert. You have to be very, very intuitive. You have to be very, very watchful of who you're, like, you got to pay attention to what people are showing you, not their words, because that's how demons work. They tell you all the things that they think you want to hear. It's, you know, like when you watch horror movies and the person comes back as that person's deceased father or their deceased child or something. Oh, is that you? Is that you, Corey? It's really a damn demon. So make sure that you pay attention. Pay attention to what is really going on under the surface, because a lot of people out here are operating under fake, false pretenses. Pay attention to the things that they engage in. Pay attention to how they talk, because usually demons will reveal themselves in some type of way. It's usually very much along the lines of lying. Very easy. Very easy. Lying, manipulation. The way the spiritual world works, especially with lower level entities, it's confusion. You're constantly confused. There's a lot of drama. And lower level entities, please feel free to add to y'all answering Toria's question. She's asking, how do you know if someone has a demonic attachment to them? And there's a few ways to see it. Sometimes you feel it immediately in your spirit, especially when your vibration is very high. You immediately feel uncomfortable around the person, but sometimes it's not that easy. It's not that easy. But listen to how the person speaks, how they behave. They don't have, a lot of people who have attachment to themselves really don't have any moral principle. They don't have what I like to call a God consciousness. Like they don't have, there's nothing that connects them to God, source, the Most High. They don't have any like personal religious beliefs or spiritual practices at all. The person is just whatever is whatever. You know what I mean? There's no boundaries. There's no morals. That's one of the biggest ways you can tell. Anything goes. And that's one of the most dangerous type of people to be around, when anything goes. They have no standards. So yes, exactly, Divine, exactly. A lot of people who have those lower level entities, they also engage. Now let me clarify this, because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm judging anybody, because I'm not. But a lot of those people, like Divine said, to add to what she said, a lot of them engage, overindulge. Yes, no standards. They overindulge in certain things of the flesh. Yes, they overindulge, like drug use. And when I say, I'm not talking about smoking weed, I'm talking about methamphetamines, hard drugs, crack cocaine. They might sell it. They might be in that type of lifestyle. All kinds of things, you know? So just pay attention. Like Divine said, you'll know them by their fruits. They could have a sex addiction. They're overly sexual. And like, it's bad. Like, they're overly sexual. You might even catch it. Like, yeah. They overly indulge in alcohol. They overly indulge in smoke. Like, smoking in and of itself, it's not an issue. Drinking in moderation. Even the Bible says that. A little wine for your stomach's sake is okay, right? Do all things in moderation. But when you overly are excessive in things, like Divine said, a lot of times those people are very quick-tempered people. I've picked up this because I've been trying to learn to read auras. People who are very quick-tempered, they're hot-headed, they're very angry, they're very yes, they're very overly angry. They're constantly like this, like they're in a state of constant paranoia. They always think someone's after them. I'm telling you, it's usually some type of attachment. It's usually some type of attachment. Yep. And it's excessive behavior. Also, the constant lying, sneakiness. Those are all very low vibrational behaviors. Not to say that we've all never lied before, but these type of people do it so easily. It's like water rolling off a duck's back. It's so easy. They lie with no... There's also, here's another thing that I've noticed about people who have demonic entities. They don't care. They do not care how their actions affect anyone else, not even themselves. They don't care. They don't care. Yes, divine is very true. That, notice the family, the bloodline. I'm not talking about irritation, Toria. I'm talking about extremely, like, for little small things, like little petty things, they get overly upset. Yes, they get overly upset. You know what I mean? Have you ever met somebody who's just extremely overly aggressive? Everything that you say is taken out of context. Everything that you say is taken, like, so personally. They always feel as though someone's trying to attack them. They're always very like this. They're always very like, like, everything is so anxious. Everything is so overly, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Yes, exactly. They're ready to fight. They talk about fighting. They literally put hands on people. They may talk about carrying weapons. Like, the person is that type of person. Yes, exactly. They're very, like, short fuse. When I say short fuse, it can be the littlest things, and they are ready to fight, damn near kill somebody. Like, because they are so filled with anger, resentment, bitterness, rage, that all that stuff that has not been removed, it has not been dealt with. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind: negative and demonic spirits can be removed. That's how they can be cast out. But until it is, that person is carrying that spirit with them. And so everybody that they interact with gets to see that spewing out. There's no empathy. There's no empathy with people of that type of caliber. They do not care. And you'll notice that they'll be the type of person like, I don't give a, about this. I don't give a about what this person thinks. I don't care about this person. I don't care about this, that, and the third, because they really don't. And that's the demon. They really don't. Deep down in their core, they care about something. There's something that matters to them. But when the demon takes over, they don't remember anything that they said. It's just whatever goes. Like I said, there's no standards, there's no boundaries. Whatever happens, happens. So you have to be so mindful and so careful with who you extend your grace to, who you open the door to. And this is how a lot of times people, bless their souls, bless their hearts, people, very good people, end up being hurt by people who have nothing but evil intentions. Because it's almost like they seek out people who are of light. People who are of the light, they seek them out. Because it's too much darkness over there. It's too much bitterness. It's too much misery. It's too much rage. It's excessive behavior. Like, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy attachment. That's what I like to call demons. They're unhealthy attachments. Because like we just described, excessive sexual things, excessive drug, excessive, you know what I mean? Excessive. Everything's excessive. And they do whatever they want to do. They don't care how you feel. They don't care if they used you, abused you, treated you like trash. They'll move on to the next victim because they're looking for a supply. Demons are always looking for a host. They're looking for someone to inhabit that has left what I call the God source. They're looking for someone who is an open vessel to use for their own selfish reasons, because they're not supposed to be here. So they're looking for someone to use. We either can give them permission to come in, or we can put them out. So that's why you have to be very aware. You have to be very aware, especially this time of year where the veil is thinning between the physical world and the spiritual world. Up your protection things. That's why I said today is a day of protection. So up your protection things. Prayer is so powerful and effective. I will always be a prayer person. Like, there's a scripture that says pray without ceasing. And when I find it, I'm going to post it. Pray without ceasing, because you have to pray not only for your own safety and protection, but for the people around you, for your loved ones, for their safety, for their protections. Because like I said, the demons are always seeking someone to inhabit. They're not supposed to be here. They're always looking for a way to deter you or distract you from your goals. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Yeah. Because demons are very selfish. It's always, that's why you hear it even in church or even in religion. I know that some of y'all have grown up. You would hear the pastor say that, like, demons are very much of the flesh, because they are. Things of the flesh. They're very much selfish. All they care about is money. Money addiction, constantly hustling. That's why people who have those demonic attachments get caught up in shootings. Listen to it. It's all low vibrational. Shootings, bad drug deals gone wrong, raided by the police, prostitution rings, all kinds of stuff, because it's all geared towards things of the flesh. And that's why when a lot of those people die in their and they pass, right, their souls pass, a lot of them get earthbound. They get stuck here. They can't cross over because they've been doing so much shit in this physical life that's unhealthy and unproductive that they can't move over. They didn't learn how to love. They didn't learn how to give. A lot of them, it's not their fault. But once the addiction takes over, it's so hard for them to break that addiction. So pray for them. If you have relatives or people who struggle with addiction, you have people who struggle with anger issues, encourage them to get the help. Encourage them to get the help that they need so they can turn their life around. Because, I mean, once you cross over, that's pretty much, you know, it's a done deal. So be aware of who you allow in your energy. Protect your energy at all costs. Protect it at all costs. There's a scripture that says, test the spirits. You'll know them by their fruits. Listen to the way they speak, like Divine said. Listen to the way a person speaks around you. Actions and words. Yep, you are absolutely right, Divine. You are absolutely right. They do not have authority to be here. They don't have authority to be here. So if they got brought here, it's because someone summoned them and someone allowed them in. They invited them in some type of way through what we talked about. Through what we talked about. And they can transfer. They can transfer from person to person. So that's why I said be careful. Be careful who you know what I mean? Who you're interacting with. Not just sexually, but who you interact with on a regular basis. The energy is a real thing. You can feel it. It's there. Even though we can't see it, it's there. So, y'all, now I'm like really intrigued at this topic. So we got to talk about it, right? So I might go live a little bit later on Instagram so we can talk about it. How to identify demonic and unhealthy attachments and how to rid yourself of them. Because it's a real thing and it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And sometimes those spirits linger in people's homes, because you know how many things happen in people's homes. That's why you want to cleanse your home, right? Yes, you want to cleanse your home. If you're moving into a new house, you want to get that home blessed. You want to get it blessed. You want to get it cleansed and all of those things, because you don't want whatever was in there, right, before you. Do your research. If you're trying to invest in purchasing a home, find out about the home that you're getting into. Well, because a lot of people invite demons in because they want things. Nope, not unintentionally. Intentionally. There are people who call up demons intentionally, because demons are, like I said, they do things of the flesh. If this demon, you make a pact or you make a contract, like people who sell their souls, for example, right? We're going to talk about it a little bit. You make a pact with this demon. The demon says, I will give you this if you do this for me. It's a contract. Yes, it's a contract. It's a contract. And I know y'all heard about stuff like this before. It's a contract. They make pacts with the demons. The demons say, hey, yes, you do this for me, I got you. Oh, but it can get ugly. It can get ugly. It can get ugly. I'm just saying. It can get ugly. Keep in mind that they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. No, it's never for free. It's always a transactional relationship. Every relationship with any type of spirit is transactional. It's the same thing with your ancestors. You give ancestor offerings, right? You show them gratitude. You show them appreciation with your ancestors. Same thing with the demons. The demons may require a sacrifice. People don't think it through. People don't really think it through. They may require a literal sacrifice, whatever that means. Right? That's why in certain cultures, like with voodoo, like Haitian voodoo, no, don't quote me on this, but from what I've heard, there are certain spirits like Papa Legba and Baron and all these different spirits that they call up. They're known to be aggressive spirits. They leave offerings for these spirits. And it's a transactional thing. So supposedly one or two of these spirits They're supposed to be responsible for healing, for health, curing disease, giving you a lot of success monetarily. But people who don't know that culture, they're not from that culture, they engage in calling up on these spirits. There's also trickster spirits. You don't do what they tell you to do, it can cause a problem. There actually was just a video of this not too long ago where a girl was calling up on one of these spirits, right? And supposedly she lost her life. Now they say, supposedly, this is allegedly, I'm saying allegedly, supposedly that she was trying to call up Papa Legba, but she called up a different spirit. And because she didn't follow through with whatever the instruction is when you're dealing with this particular spirit, her life was in the balance. I think she was trying to do something to get back at an ex or somebody who had wronged her or something of that nature, and she didn't do what she was supposed to do. So you really have to be careful when you get involved with certain things. Girl, that's something that I don't know, because I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. I have enough to worry about my ancestors and the source, Almighty Heavenly Father. That's enough for me. Yes, that's what it was. It was the roommate. Somebody had done something to her, so she decided to call on one of these deities. Now, I'm not from that culture. I'm not judging that culture. I don't know. The people who are involved, the Haitian people who are of Haitian descent, they know how that works. I do not. I stay in my lane and I mind my business. I mind the business that pays me. But that's why you have to be careful, because you don't know. Like, you could be in a dorm with somebody who's calling up spirits. What are you doing, ma'am? What are you doing? You know, man. Yes. Yes. And you also have to really learn to use your discernment, because if something doesn't feel right and it feels off, don't do it. Don't do it. If you feel any fear at all, do not proceed. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. If you feel uncomfortable at all, remove yourself immediately. Remove yourself. When it comes to spiritual things, don't play with them, because the spirits are real. The spirits are real. That's just like people who go into graveyards for specific reasons. In certain cultures, I know, like in hoodoo and in voodoo, I believe, you go into graveyards for certain purposes. You get graveyard dirt for certain workings. You do certain things to connect with the spirits. But when you go, you bring an offering. When you leave an offering. You say thank you. You cover your head. You wear certain things, and you say certain prayers before you go in. A lot of people don't know the ritual, so they just go into a graveyard loosely, thinking that they're good, and they can walk out with something attached, because they don't know the procedure before going in and coming out. It's not a game. They once walked on this earth, and their spirit is still in another realm. Just because you don't see the physical body here doesn't mean that the spirit of that person is not still lingering here. So that's why you have to be very careful when you're playing with spirits, or you're summoning spirits, or you're calling on certain deities, and you're doing certain things, especially of other cultures that you are not even a part of. This actually happened to another white lady. She was doing something on TikTok, and she started going into temples of other cultures, and she was like calling on spirits or whatever, and she ended up getting robbed. It's on TikTok. You cannot play with things that you don't know about. There you go. You're good. You should be good, Toria. But as always, like I said, protect your spirit, protect your energy, know who you're calling on, and know what you're doing, because it's not a game. It's damn sure not a game. And you can walk out more scarred than you anticipate. Traumatized. That's just like tarot. Tarot reading is not for everyone, because it does open certain portals. It opens certain doors. So if you are not tapped or tuned in, you don't need to be doing it. If you have a negative experience, stop doing it. Everything is not for everybody. Spirituality is not a trend. It's not a trend. There's a book I highly recommend, Toria, Honoring Your Ancestors. That's the book that I recommend for you to read it. I think it's a good one. and it helps you to understand ancestor veneration. A lot of people confuse ancestor veneration for worship. There's a difference. You don't worship the ancestors. You respect them. You show them appreciation, right, and gratitude, because their blood runs through your veins. Without them, there wouldn't be no you, right? A lot of people, especially Christianity and people who are not of spiritual background, they assume that you're worshiping the ancestor. That's not what you're doing. You're showing respect. You're showing respect and honor, just like you would to Jesus Christ in Christianity. You're showing respect because he's one of the ancestors, like they do the disciples, the 12 apostles. Yes, like they do the 12 disciples and the apostles, and they go and they visit the tombs over in Israel and Italy and all these other places, right? Their ancestors, are they not? The apostles? Yeah. So same difference. African spirituality is a little bit different, but we have ancestors. They have ancestors. They honor them, just like they do Alexander the Great and Napoleon and all these other people that have been long dead and gone. They still pay them homage, right? The presidents, George Washington, right? They have a day after him. Do you see? It's recognizing them. It's recognizing what they've done for you, what they've done for your bloodline. People are ignorant. It makes sense. When you really look at it, it makes sense. It makes sense to honor your ancestors. They came here. They came, they saw, they heard, right? Because they paved the way. If it wasn't for them and all the struggles that they went through during slavery, coming over here, being stolen from their homeland and sold by fellow people and sent over here, we wouldn't be afforded the certain freedoms and rights that we have now. We wouldn't have them. So it only, they had to hide. They had to be on the run. They had to run north. They had to do this. They had to do that. They had to risk dying to get across a river. They had to do this, that, and the third. So it only makes sense to appreciate the people that had to go through all of that, so we don't have to. We don't have to. I don't think I've ever seen the movie Ghost, so now you have me intrigued. So thank you for sharing that. I'll have to watch it. I'll definitely have to watch it. Ghost. But it's not a trend. It's a practice. You know what I mean? It's a practice. You connect with the spirit. Christianity, for most African American people of that descent, it's not even their original religion, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Great. Divine knows. She must have seen it. I've never seen it, but it's so, spirituality for us, especially as African American people, and no disrespect to anyone who is of Caucasian descent, but it's deeper. It's deeper than a lot of it comes from, like I said, it comes from a lot of our ancestors. Like my great-great-grandmother, did I tell y'all that? My great-great-grandmother, she owned property. She was a slave, and she had to have children for that slave owner to pay off the debt in order to be released. Girl, I stay pissing off the Christians, because the Christians are ignorant. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are ignorant, and they're so quick to condemn someone else that they don't even understand. But my great-great-great-grandmother had to pay off debt by having children by her slave owner. That's on one side. That's where Irish comes into my bloodline. Now I have Irish, I have Indian, I have Cherokee Indian, I have Blackfoot Indian, all in my blood. And if you can see the red in my skin, there's red skin in here. So it's like, and paying respect to those who came before you, it shows that you care. It shows that you acknowledge that that person lived. They were human. They experienced certain traumas. They went through certain things so that you don't have to. I don't have to. I'm thankful every day that I'm not working on somebody's plantation, that somebody is not beating the hell out of me, that somebody is not forcing me to have children, that someone is not forcing me to pick cotton where my hands are bleeding every day. I'm so thankful that I have running water in my apartment, that I don't have to go out to an outhouse to use the restroom. Oh, I see what you're saying, Toria. I see what you're saying. I guess the similarity, like in that type of simulation, how it transfers from the physical body into the spirit. I see what you're saying. Yeah, the body and the soul work together because your soul is your consciousness, right? You don't even know you're there. Yes, I'm so grateful every day. I'm so grateful every day. My great grandfather, he worked for a lumber yard for a long time. Some of them worked in coal mines. They got, the coal mines, they got cancer working in the coal mines up like in Oregon and that side. I think the west coast of the United States. I'm so thankful for the things that they endured so that we don't have to. The man who invented electricity, the black man who invented electricity, the light bulb, all of that, indoor plumbing, that was also invented by a black man. Shall I keep going? Yes. Those are all ancestors. Harriet Tubman, she's an ancestor. Maya Angelou, she's an ancestor. So all of these people were here prior. They paved the way. Rosa Parks, all these people, they paved the way so that we could have what we have. That's such a deep question. That's such a deep question. And that's something I don't have the answer to. I don't know. I would think that maybe that's a possibility. I feel like anything is possible. I always feel like there's always an exception to the rule. Like you could possibly pick like which era you want to be born in. If you've completed a certain, whatever your purpose was for coming in this time. It's so funny because when I hold my nephew, he's newborn. When I hold my nephew, I look at his little face and I'm like, why do you look like a little old man? Because he opens his little eyes. He looks like a little Chinese baby. He reminds me of my sister when she was born. And he just looks so mad. And it's like, I'm like, he's looking at me like, why am I here right now? Why am I here right now? I'm like, sir, you wanted to be here. So here we go. But that's a great question, Toria. That's a really great question. It's something I'll have to research now. Like, do we choose? I'll have to ask. And honestly, because we have these spiritual conversations and I love these spiritual conversations. So let's talk more about ancestor veneration. Let's talk more about spirituality and African spirituality because I think it's a really good topic. Do we choose? But what was I gonna say? I feel like a lot of things we won't know. A lot of things are not for us to know here in the physical. We will find out when we go over to the other side. We only get little snippets and little glimpses, and people who are blessed to have certain intuitive and psychic abilities can see just a little bit of what's revealed to them. And I will tell you this, movies are not just for shits and giggles. A lot of movies that we watch, it's because there's some truth to it, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Y'all think like The Matrix, that was for just whatever? But you get educated when you go over there. I don't know if you've heard of Dolores Cannon. She's studied the metaphysical, the spiritual world. I think she was certified in, what do you call it? Gosh, I can't think of the word. Dolores Cannon. Yes. The little Disney movie Soul, if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it. Because a man dies and he comes back. He gets an opportunity to come back and gets to do things that he didn't do while he was here. It's a Disney movie called Soul. It's little cartoon characters, but you'll see what I'm talking about. That's how I can explain it. Do we choose what era to come into? Then you have the children, the little small children that give you specific details about being born. They give you specific details about being born. They were here before. They'll tell you, I was so-and-so and this was my name. This is where I lived, or I was in the military. This was my unit. When the parents do the research and it all checks out, that's scary. That's scary AF. Because a lot of people think that when you die, that's it. If that was it, then how was this baby able to tell me about this man's life who's been dead for over 25 years? He was in the Navy. He worked with this unit. These were the names of the people that were on his unit. This was the ship that he was on, and this is the location he was in. So how does a 3-year-old know that? A 5-year-old, how does he know that? To come into. Of course, I would break my pen. Just things to consider, dears. We always have good conversation here. So now, y'all, I've got my homework cut out for y'all. So we'll talk about it. I'm hoping later, later this evening, we can discuss it. Oh, there we go. I got another pen. What is it like to be spiritual? Or what is spirituality? What is spirituality? Now I gotta look up the movie Ghost because I've never seen it. This brings up the topic of reincarnation and the fact that you do get to come back. A lot of people think reincarnation is not a real thing. Then how do these babies know this much information about someone else's life? Is it really the guy who passed? Ancestor veneration. We're going to talk about it. Why it's important. Why do African spiritualists practice ancestor veneration different from Mexicans? Because Mexican and Hispanic cultures also practice ancestor veneration. And that's why El Dia de los Muertos is important in Mexico, because they respect the deceased over there. Like in Mexican culture and Chicano culture, it's a big deal in Mexico because they give offerings, they show love to the people who passed. Like, it's very beautiful. Like, it's a very respectful thing. Because to think that once you pass this physical earth that you're forgotten is really messed up. Like, why would you forget me? I'm an amazing person. I was amazing while I was here. Why would you forget about me? Like, to think 30 years after I'm dead, people are going to forget that, oh, well, she was here, and this is the things that she talked about, and these are the things that she did, and how she affected people's lives, and all the different things. Like, that's why I think it's so important. I think it's a beautiful thing to venerate ancestors, especially the ones that you know, even the ones that you don't know, because they lived, they did certain things, their lives were important, they made an impact, every single human being. So, and I tell you what, the most beautiful experience is when my sister had my nephew just a week ago, and I was in the on the maternity ward, on the maternity floor, and they have all these pictures of all the beautiful babies when you walk through in the hospital. And I'm just like, babies. And it's such like the energy in the maternity ward is very, very peaceful. It's very, very peaceful. And I'm like, it's so peaceful because these are new souls. So they're new souls. So they're just coming in and they made it this far. You were born, so you made it this far. And believe it or not, there are other entities that try to keep you from coming in. They will try to stop you from coming in. They will try to give the mother complications. So if you know somebody who's expecting, pray for her safety, pray for the baby's safety, pray for their well-being. I personally did a prayer ritual for my sister. I'll share what I did when we come back. But there are entities that try to keep women who are expecting and bringing in a new life, to keep that new life from coming in. Right, Toria. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But that was one of the most, I enjoyed it, going to see my sister every day and seeing the baby. And it was like like the energy was so light, and it was so, exactly. It was so light, and it was so peaceful, and it was so beautiful. Like, the babies are so like, they're so unaware. They don't even know you're there. It's kind of like, I hate to relate it to this, but it's kind of like being dead, because when a person is deceased, they don't know what's going on around them. there's nothing. The difference is the baby is a new life. So the baby is alive. There's movement. There's, bodily functions. But the baby is completely unaware. You can say they're conscious, like they know. They don't know that they know, but they know mommy's voice. They know daddy's voice. They know the people who've been there during the pregnancy, because babies can hear in the womb, right? But it's like they are completely dependent on everybody around them. There's no worries. There's no stress. They're just existing. And that, to me, that's the innocence of childhood. When I look at my nephew, who's a little bit older, he's 1. He's living his best life every day. He eats his snacks. He gets changed. He watches his favorite shows. I'm like, you are living your best life, sir. Like, babies are beautiful. And then I think about so many people who are like, oh, I don't want children. I don't want children. I don't want children. Children are what keep the earth populated. They keep us going. They keep the cycle of life going. So it's beautiful. Now, of course, everyone's not going to have children. To each their own. But it's like they keep the cycle of life going. They keep it going. And that's so important, to have other human beings to help keep the cycle of life going. Could you imagine if everybody was like, the whole earth just decided, okay, well, we're not having children. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Like, you know what I mean? And then people die every day. So for every soul that's lost, not lost, but every soul that transitions, a new soul comes in. And that's what that movie Soul would show you. Like the souls, they get sent down, and then the souls that come back up. And it's almost like a cycle. It's really a beautiful thing to see it in that type of way, because it's like people cry at the funeral. Oh, I lost my great grandmother. This person, they're ascended, and then the baby is coming in. The baby's like, whoa, y'all brought me here. What is this? So now they get to experience life, and then at some point they're gonna go back up, and then somebody else is coming in. So as souls come in, souls go out, and it's like this constant. It's almost like a ping pong situation. So anywho, y'all, y'all can keep going about these things. So anyway, I hope y'all have the best of the weekend. Sending y'all so much love, protection, all the good vibes. I will definitely be keeping y'all in my prayers today. Be careful, be alert, be watchful, okay? Highly recommend, if you are by yourself or you travel alone, carry something with you. Some form of protection. Whatever that may be. If it's a concealed carry, if it's a pepper spray, stun gun, mace, whatever it is, protect yourself. All right? So, sending y'all love. Peace out.